Okay, well, the road's closed here, so let's just have a gander down here, see what we find. To the best of my knowledge, this is correctly called Carney's Creek, but I can double check that, and if I'm wrong I'll correct that. But this used to be my favourite way to go down from here down to Boona, and for a variety of reasons, not least of which started out with the bushfires and then probably exacerbated by COVID and people that no better things to do because they were restricted from going to Bali and getting entertainment. Discovered this road up here because we're not actually too far from the city. So you can see that the road definitely is falling into a bit of disuse because of lack of traffic. Well, okay, disrepair because of, that's messy, right? There's fucking shit all over the joint. But because the road's closed ostensibly because all the handrails are gone. Sorry, guardrails are gone, and the guardrails are gone in places, and there's ways around that, and there's been work around that. But the biggest problem, I think, was just a little bit of erosion that occurred as a result of some heavy rains. Now, interesting what that wire is that's down there. I'm just getting off it every now and again because the one thing that the scooter isn't good for is these long down hills, which really does test the brakes. And I don't know if you can see that it's a steep down, but I've got the scooter on here with me so that I can actually not have to walk back up. Okay, so we've definitely got coming up here a bit of a washout happening that would make it pretty much impassable to traffic behind me and go, okay, so that's I guess a new water feature. Anyway, so there's been a bit of a slip here, but someone with a bobcat could fix that up pretty quick smart. Okay, well, I'm going to walk it from here because it is pretty rough down there, so just leave you here, come back. Okay, so we've got a fair amount of fallout from up there, and wash out from down here. So this would be a bit of a clean-up job, and someone's had a go at it with a four-wheel drive, I'd say, looking at that. There's been a couple of mountain bikes down through here, that's for sure. I just seen some of their tracks. And let's go for a little bit of a walk down there, see what we find. Okay, just to give you a bit more context, I was just up there on the top of that, and there's a lot of rubble falling down through here. Let's have a bit further of a look. Okay, well, this bit, that's now tricky because you can see they've marked it as well. We've had a lot of water running down through and probably over. So we've had a bit of a fallout down there. So that's probably going to require a bit of engineering to fix. That's not going to be an easy fix because, a large amount of the road surfaces, the foundation surface of the surface has been washed out over there. Okay, so let's go down a little bit further and see what else we find. I must say, I do like the bellbirds. Oh, this cable on the road here. Looks like it's controller cable. Oh, goanna. Probably on the back of that tree now. So, yeah. So if you were to come up from the bottom side, you'd get a fair ways up here and you'd get turned around just back up there. Well, knowing this area, I'm going to say that from here on down, it's probably quite passable. But you just never know what's right down at the bottom because that goes through some paddocks and stuff. So, I'm going to walk back up again. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do about this. I get the funny feeling that it's going to be more than a few years before this gets fixed. Yeah, it's pretty steep, isn't it? Going all the way up the top there. You can see why a regular car just couldn't get up this. Even if, you know, the sections down there weren't really a problem, which they are. And who'd know exactly how much more problem it would be if more vehicles were going over here all the time. So it's a very interesting and difficult problem for the locals, for then the non-locals to come here and make the place impassable again. Got to tell you, I've seen some pretty stupid things coming up here. Well, here's my scooter. One of the good things about bringing the scooter is, even though I couldn't get the scooter to do very far through that, I probably could have carried it. It saves me a bit of walking. Interesting. Batteries showing a little bit of upsy downsies. See if the cruise control locks on. No, it doesn't. I wonder if the cruise control's just turned itself off. It does that when I lie it down sometimes. Anyway, not a big deal. Here I am. Oh, there's somebody over there with a camera. Better turn my camera off.